This morning, possible changes in enforcement for Minneapolis. How the president seems to be changing course as a key commander is pulled out of the state.
Plus, the new toll scam targeting Wisconsinites, how to spot it, and what you should do ahead.
And both Broadway and the music stage are gearing up for their biggest nights of the year. We'll show you how to watch these star-studded events. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Tuesday. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. How's it feeling out there?
Well,
Yeah,
if we're honest, still very cold. I know you said maybe not as shocking as previous mornings.
Did you notice a difference today?
Yeah, my legs weren't, or like I wasn't freezing coming into the building. So that was a change in pace.
Yeah, warmer.
Just a little bit, though.
Warmer temps on the way. Let's get to Savannah, your first warn forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we are off to a little bit of a better start. We did have the double digits, but now dropping to 9 in Madison. That was expected. We're still going to see that cooler air that's sitting north of here. We've got widespread single digits spread further southward. So our warmest part of the day was actually after midnight. I still think temps are going to rebound back up to about 10 later this afternoon, but we still do have 12 right now in Janesville, a lot cooler to our north, 5 this morning in Watoma, 6 in La Crosse, and 5 in Viroqua. But here's where we sit when you factor in the wind chill down to what feels like -6 in Madison, -12 in Viroqua. So everyone's sub-zero, but a lot better than -40 to -45, which we had heading into this upcoming or last weekend. This upcoming weekend, we've got the 20s that are going to return. We'll have a look at exactly how long those temperatures could stick around.
All right, talk to you soon. Back to our continuing coverage now of the backlash to the ICE shootings. President Trump is reshuffling who's in charge of his immigration crackdown in Minneapolis.
Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino is expected to leave the city as the administration scales back some of its presence, and Border Czar Tom Homan will take on a new role in managing federal efforts there. The move comes as President Trump said he had a very good call with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and that they were on a similar wavelength. Walz described the conversation as productive and says President Trump agreed to look into reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota and work more closely with state officials. The conversation comes as the public continues to push back over the shootings of U.S. citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
I mean, the thing that stood out to me was that he was calm. There was no way that he was the one escalating this.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey says he also spoke to the president and requested the Operation Metro Surge be ended.
Meantime, new court documents show some of those agents wearing body cameras at the time of the incident. A federal judge heard arguments over the weekend over a weekend order blocking the Trump administration from destroying or altering evidence. Minnesota officials say they can't trust federal officials at this time because they were blocked from the site for hours after the shooting. However, the federal government argues that its investigators are following the proper preservation procedures.
Madison police say they have arrested 2 people in connection with a deadly weekend shooting. Investigators say the victim died early Sunday on Primrose Lane near the Madison Mobile Homes Park. A 67-year-old man was booked into the Dane County Jail for first-degree intentional homicide, and a 44-year-old woman faces a charge of possession of a firearm by a felon. Police say the shooter and the victim knew each other.
In your morning health watch, the state's Department of Health Services is confirming a case of measles in Waukesha County. It is the first confirmed case in Wisconsin this year. Officials say the case is related to international travel. DHS and Waukesha County Health and Human Services are working right now to identify and notify people who may have been exposed. No public exposure locations have been identified at this time. It all comes, though, at a time where cases are surging nationwide, and many fear the U.S. will lose its measles elimination status.
To continuing coverage on the deadly winter storm. The death toll now rising to 19 people as crews continue to work to clean up.
More than 500,000 people are still without power this morning as crews continue to work nonstop in Tennessee and other parts of the country. In Vermont, the snow dumped another foot of snow in the Green Mountain State, and the extreme cold temperatures are making things even harder. Of course, we know well here that when it gets so cold, the salt is just not as effective at clearing those roadways. FlightAware reporting this morning 143 flights are canceled. The airports most affected include JFK, Detroit, Reagan International in D.C., and Boston's Logan Airport.
Turning now to Gaza, the ceasefire is moving into phase 2 after the body of the final Israeli hostage was returned to Israel. The Israel military says the hostage's remains have been in the enclave since the October 7th attack. Israel has previously said it will reopen the Rafah crossing with Egypt once all hostages and remains have been returned.
In consumer news this morning, it's still unclear whether the raised tariffs on some South Korean goods have officially gone into effect. President Trump announcing yesterday the tariffs on the U.S.'s 8th largest trading partner would rise from 15% to 25%. The increase is expected to apply only to South Korean cars, lumber, and pharmaceuticals, citing a lack of U.S.-South Korean trade agreement as the reasoning behind the move.
Meanwhile, here at home, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation and DATCAP are warning drivers about a new toll payment scam targeting Wisconsinites.
Officials say these scam texts claim drivers owe outstanding toll fees and appear to come from a legitimate tolling agency. The message includes final notice warnings that contain a link to pay that leads to a convincing but fake toll payment page. If you spot one of these, don't click on it. Instead, contact your state's tolling agency directly to verify any outstanding fees. Officials also ask that you report the scam to DATCAP by visiting consumerprotection.wi.gov. You could also call 800-422-7128.
6:05. With these temperatures sticking around, News 3 Now is asking for your help in supporting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund through the Week of Warmth. Out of every dollar that is donated, 95 cents will go directly to help those in crisis stay warm and safe. It all leads up to our telethon, this Friday. If you would like to donate, you can scan the code on your screen right now. Take a look there. We also have a link to the donation page on our website, channel3000.com.
Well, awards season is in full swing, and we now know when Broadway's biggest night will be. The Tony Awards are set to happen now on June 7th. You can watch it right here on Channel 3. The ceremony will be held at Radio City Music Hall. Nominees announced in May. The host has yet to be announced.
And this weekend, CBS will be broadcasting the Grammys on Sunday night. Music's biggest night of the year will be hosted by comedian Trevor Noah for the 6th time. Sabrina Carpenter, Pharrell Williams, and Leon Thomas are some of the performers set to take the stage this year. So you can catch the Grammy Awards right here on WISC TV at 7 on Sunday night. And it's hard to believe that, Sunday marks February 1st.
It's about time, though.
About time.
It's been a long month.
It has.
Yes.
You don't think so?
At some points it does feel like, because people, I remember last week, they're like, think of this, we still have a full week of January left this week. But yeah, I just think
it's the cold.
Yeah.
The cold is dragging it out quite a bit.
I saw a post that said, I didn't realize how many months were in the month of January.
Right. No, seriously.
Like 5.
It's just dragged out. But yes, the cold weather certainly has a big part in this.
Yeah, we spent 60 hours below zero. That started Thursday, late night, and we finally saw that change Saturday. But Saturday, I think we only reached a high of like 1 or 2 degrees. So
It wasn't pleasant.
no, but we do have some warmer days in the forecast. We did start the day off in the double digits, but we're finally seeing those temps go back down. About 5 degrees expected, 9 in the morning. That's all the colder air that's sitting north of here that's continuing to fall further southward. But we're going to rebound up to about 10 again, but I do think that we already hit our highs for the day shortly after midnight. We will see temperatures get back closer to 20 towards the week's end as we head into this upcoming weekend. So finally some warmer days ahead. We'll talk about how long that stretch could stick around.
Sounds good. Coming up, the Bucks big man sidelined again. How long? And hear what Coach Rivers has to say about it.
Plus, Winter Restaurant Week is underway right now. We're checking out a new option you have on the menu this week in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Hey folks, Winter Restaurant Week is underway, and in the 608 this morning, we're showing you how you can support local businesses.
Josh Spider is live in Madison with a new participant this time around. Good morning.
Hey guys, good morning to you. We have 42 participants taking part in Winter Restaurant Week, and we wanted to check out a couple of the new ones that you have to enjoy this week. We are in downtown at Atico Lounge this morning. Now I want to bring in Ben and Alan to talk a little bit more about what makes this place so special, and this is really, really neat. You guys have been open less than a year now?
Yep.
less than a year, February 19th last year.
So what is Atico Lounge all about? What are the vibes here?
South American, Central American lounge vibe. Yep.
And we're up 8 floors up, so you got a great view here.
Rooftop skyline view. Yep.
Right here at the Moxie Hotel.
Yes, brand new Moxie Hotel.
So what made you want to bring Atico Lounge to downtown?
I think being a brand new restaurant in town and the unique menu and vibe that we have, we thought it'd be a good way to get the word out and get people in the door and check it out.
You know, this is such a cool place and the vibes are amazing. So what kind of foods can folks expect for Restaurant Week in general?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, you can expect everything from like small bites to big dinner plates. We have tacos, we have steak skewers, chicken skewers, vegetarian meals, everything from from Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, and much more.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I love the vibes in here. Obviously, we're on the rooftop, right? You got this beautiful balcony up here. Not quite so nice here in January, but I would imagine this has been a pretty big hit for being in downtown.
Yeah, and it's warm today, so we're doing good. We're gonna
10 degrees.
We're gonna go out on the patio this afternoon. Yeah, we've had a great reception with the patio and the sun. We have DJs, once or twice a week, and people really love that.
And you guys, obviously, Winter Restaurant Week's underway. You already had a pretty big start yesterday, I understand.
Yeah, it was awesome yesterday. A big crowd. Everybody loved it. I hope to see you guys again today and this week. And great selection. I don't know, wines, tequila. Yeah, tequila. Yeah. Great.
And that's really what it's all about for you guys is trying to get new people in the door. And it sounds like that's why you wanted to be part of Restaurant Week this time around.
Yeah, that's part of it. And I've always wanted to do it. I've got a couple other restaurants, but it's just not the right fit for Restaurant Week. So I thought this was a good way to do it.
Oh, awesome. All right. So you've got the Restaurant Week menus underway. How long is that lasting for you guys into the week?
All week long until Friday. We open at 4. We're a dinner restaurant. We have a great happy hour 4 to 6, and then we have the Restaurant Week menu and regular menu available. So come on in.
Awesome. Well, Ben, Alan, thank you guys so much for your time this morning. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about Atico Lounge, you can see their specific menu up on channel3000.com. And again, we'll have a little bit more coming up later in the 608, guys.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. Do you have an idea? He'd love to hear from you. Reach out and let him know about it.
All right, let's check in with Savannah. How are things looking this morning?
Well, yeah, they're a little warmer. We were in the double digits, but now we're down to 9 in Madison, 12 still in Janesville, but those cooler temperatures that were sitting north of Madison now spreading further southward. So still expecting those temperatures to continue to fall over the next couple of hours, but I do think we'll rebound back to about 10 or so later this afternoon. We've got sub-zero chills all across the map, -6 in Madison, -3 in Janesville, -10 though in Lone Rock, same with Camp Douglas, and then -12, one of the lower spots in Viroqua and La Crosse this morning. Aside of those flurries that we saw, it did lead to a couple of slick spots. We're going to be dry the rest of the day. Couple peaks of sunshine. I think we'll have more sunshine and clearing skies later this evening, and then specifically tonight into early Tuesday. But temperatures are expected to fall below 0 again, not only tonight, but the next couple of nights before we finally see them rebound. It's also been pretty breezy since midnight. Peak winds have ranged roughly 25 to as high as 45 miles per hour, and that's really to the northwest in La Crosse. But it's still going to be breezy all day. We're looking at winds at least 25 up to 35 miles per hour for gusts later this morning into the afternoon. Once we reach the evening and tonight, they come down some. But I still do think winds are going to be a factor, roughly gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour overnight, and then they come back up to about 20 to 25 tomorrow later in the afternoon. Finally going to come down to, normal levels once we're heading later into Thursday morning. The pattern that we saw the last 2 weeks, we had a 50-degree day the day prior to this, but overall above normal temperatures, and then we fell into this deep freeze well below normal temperatures the last several days. We're finally going to see those temperatures start to slowly rebound. So, you see a lot of ups and downs on that map. That was the last 2 weeks, but the next 10 days, we're finally going to see those steadily start to rise closer to the weekend, and we hover not well below normal, but just a little bit, couple degrees. I think we're actually going to see our temperature trend flip-flop even further, where we may see above normal days after the next 10 days, a little bit beyond that. So heading into next weekend, not this upcoming weekend. We'll be at 20 on Saturday and then 22 with some snow returning by Sunday. We'll be back into the mid to upper 20s though by the end of next week. So looking a lot better.
Yes, and I will say, I guess, with the weeks going on by, it's staying like lighter a little bit longer each day. So you're starting to notice that. And so that's why I'm just like, I can get through this.
Can't wait till
hurts,
those, like,
I can get through
after
this.
7 p.m. sunsets. Those are the best.
Yes.
Not for
Looking forward
sleep, but
Yeah.
I do enjoy those.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just want the sun, the warmth. But we're not
Longer
having that right
days.
now, but we're getting there.
Yeah,
You're so
slowly but
quick to
surely.
move on to spring.
Oh, but you were just saying that you've had enough of this.
There's a big space in between, below 0 and sunny and 70. Yeah, nice
I guess.
little winter sweet spot. Is
Yeah.
that too much to ask for? By alone here?
We're getting there.
30s, there you go.
Yeah.
That's better for you.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
All right, checking on your commute this morning. Everything is looking green and running smooth.
Good morning, Madison. The Bucks haven't been playing well with Giannis, so without him, you can only imagine what the team is going to look like for the next 4 to 6 weeks, because the same calf injury he dealt with earlier in the season returned against Denver, taking Giannis off the floor for at least the next month. Conveniently, this comes quickly after him saying his team has been playing selfishly, but head coach Doc Rivers is not worried at all and feels it's all a part of the game.
And things happen, and it's concerning because this is, really 3 or 4 years in a row, right? I don't even know that. So, he plays a lot of basketball. He really does. Summers, then body doesn't get a lot of breaks, and, that's tough.
Wishing.
All right. Well, Kay, thank you so much. Let's hope that Giannis comes back and better.
I hope so.
Yes.
The record needs it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, still ahead, Oscar Mayer takes on the Indy 500.
And Janesville. There's a group there trying to protect the former GM site, what the city council is currently weighing.
And before we head to break, let's take a look at your gas prices this morning. We'll be right back.
Hey, we're back 6:23. A nice little sunrise here from Gwen.
Wow.
Lovely photo, Gwen. Thanks for sharing with us.
Gorgeous.
On the horizon. I love it. Yes, thank you. Keep sending in those photos. Hashtag MyNews3Morning. We'll share them. Well, here's a look at what's trending this morning, guys. I don't know if you heard about this one, but the meatiest race in motorsports, it's back. Yeah, you heard it right. The second annual Oscar Mayer Weenie 500 returns to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Friday, May 22nd, leading up to the 110th Indy 500. So fans can cheer on their favorite Wienermobile, like defending champ Slaw Dog, and even vote in the first ever Pick Your Dog bracket for a new regional competitor. So there's 6 Wienermobiles on the track and everything you need to know. I know you thought there was only one Wienermobile
I'm still
cruise in
blown
the
away
US.
that there's more than one Wienermobile.
I like this idea. It's cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
I wonder how fast they go, though. You know, like,
top speeds.
like you would just think like this would have a little trouble, but
Yeah.
maybe not. Fear the dog.
What do you think the top speed is on a Wienermobile? Like 50 miles an hour?
Hopefully at least 70, considering they travel around the
Go
around
with
the
like
US.
85, 90.
Yeah, hopefully at least those speeds. Well, take a look at this one here. You may have seen it live. American rock climber Alex Honnold has made history. On Sunday in Taiwan, he became the first person to scale a 101-story skyscraper without ropes or safety net. Don't try this at home. He tackled this one of the tallest buildings in the world, standing 1,667 feet tall. While he's an experienced rock climber, he admits climbing a building is very different, obviously, but he says he's been dreaming of climbing a skyscraper for a decade.
Yeah. Rumor is that he got paid $500,000 by Netflix to do this. He said he would have done it for free.
I wouldn't have done it for $1.
I don't believe it.
Right. He's he's that kind of thrill seeker.
But like, how do you wake up one morning and just say,
I'm going to climb a building.
I want to do that?
Yeah. What he does is, just incredible and, death-defying, of course, but like the skill and the expertise it takes to pull something like that off is it's so impressive.
Yeah, I would say too much for me, but kudos to him.
Yeah, that gives me goosebumps.
Are you scared of heights?
Yeah, not like in planes or anything, but I would not be out here scaling a building.
From a building?
You have to be crazy.
No?
I
Yeah.
care about my life and family.
Exactly. Well, guys, double digits finally today and tomorrow. There's an improvement from the 60 hours we spent below zero Thursday night to Sunday or Saturday morning. So huge improvement there, and especially as we get closer to the weekend. 20s return.
All right, Savannah, thank you.
This morning, the Trump administration reshuffling ICE leadership in Minneapolis, while local experts weigh in on the role of local law enforcement in federal operations.
Plus, the data center debate continues. The latest on a proposed data center in Janesville.
And if you still haven't gotten your real ID, you could be paying a fee on your next trip when those new rules start.
Plus, in my Time for Kids report, ways to keep the family active during this season.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning on a Tuesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. It's January 27th. January nearing a close.
Yeah, I feel like we're just in the thick of winter right now, slowly starting to warm up. You guys are talking spring, and I'm like, oh, slow down. Slow down. Am I the only one who's just trying to hold on to winter for a little while longer here?
I mean, I think you're having conflicting reports here because first you said you were exhausted of the cold, and now you're wanting winter to slow down.
Just want some run-of-the-mill winter. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. I don't know, a little bit. No.
She brought the countdown out.
I updated this, yeah. So since we are excited to see the spring, at least some of us, we're 33 days only now until March 1st. That's the start of meteorological spring, but the spring equinox now 52 days away, so less than 2 months. But where winter like this morning, these are the warmest temperatures that we've had in quite some time. We actually held on to the double digits in Madison a little bit ago. Now down to 9, though, expecting those temperatures that are sitting up near Watoma, Wisconsin Dells to continue to bring further south those cooler temperatures. At least this morning, we're still going to rebound back up to about 10 later this afternoon, but hold pretty steady. The wind chill, here's where we sit when you factor that in. -6 at the airport, -13 though in Viroqua, and -8 in Monroe. Next couple of nights still sub-zero, but we'll have when we're finally going to see near normal temperatures return.
Savannah, thank you. Now to continuing coverage of ICE operations. We're learning ICE officers will have a security role during the Milan Winter Games. Meanwhile, sources say a senior Border Patrol commander and some federal agents are expected to leave Minneapolis soon.
This comes during a nationwide outcry over federal agents shooting and killing U.S. citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Border Patrol says the officers involved are still on active duty, but have been reassigned away from Minneapolis. Meanwhile, Commander Greg Bovino has reportedly been reassigned to California. Bovino claimed without evidence and contradictory to video that it looked like Preddy wanted to harm officers.
People are losing faith that the federal government can be capable of enforcing federal law and doing it professionally and without widespread constitutional violations.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
With growing backlash, President Donald Trump seems to now be changing course. On social media, he says he had good talks with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. He says his border czar Tom Homan will now be coordinating with state and local officials on the ground.
We've been looking into how local and federal law enforcement work together in these types of operations. Under the U.S. Constitution, local and state officials are not required to participate in federal operations, including immigration enforcement. Local agencies can decline to assist ICE or federal agents in many circumstances. Madison police say they will only cooperate with ICE under certain conditions, such as when someone is arrested for a violent felony.
When it comes to denying any type of additional services, if it's for crowd control or traffic management or even participation in the actual ICE operations themselves, the local municipality can deny that request. They're under no obligation to assist, again, only if it's an imminent life and death situation.
But some local law enforcement agencies can choose to cooperate with the federal government. For example, the Sauk County Sheriff's Office has a contract with the federal government to allow ICE to house detainees in the county jail.
To continuing coverage of data centers now, the Janesville City Council is currently considering a petition to give its citizens a bigger voice in a potential data center development there. Earlier this month, members of No Janesville Data Center delivered a petition to City Hall that would require the city defer any redevelopment project exceeding $450 million at the publicly owned GM site. It would also require voter approval through a referendum.
We are rarely more than a few months from an election. The idea that a referendum for projects exceeding $450 million might be hard to plan for or execute is frankly absurd. What having a referendum does do, however, is require city staff to be more disciplined and more effective in their due diligence.
A second reading and public hearing on the ordinance is set to be held in 2 weeks at the next city council meeting.
This morning, 2 people are recovering from injuries after a home explosion in Richland County. Officials say a man and woman suffered significant burns and injuries and were taken to Richland Hospital, then flown to UW Hospital in Madison for further treatment. Officials say foul play is not suspected. The blast happened Saturday night in the village of Gotham. The home was completely destroyed. When first responders arrived, they found the man and woman sheltering inside a car.
To more national news now, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says talks between the U.S., Russia, and Ukraine will continue this week. He says the sides made progress over the weekend. It was the first time the three countries sat down together since the start of the war. It's still unclear, though, when this week's meeting will happen.
Meanwhile, the Kremlin says it is reviewing what it calls alarming reports that the United States could consider an oil blockade of Cuba. Politico reports the White House is weighing that option. Cuban officials say they are not currently in talks with the U.S., but add they are open to future negotiations.
Right now, multiple sources say the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is now in the Middle East. U.S. Central Command also saying on social media it was under its command. The move comes as President Trump continues to consider options for striking Iran. He has not yet indicated, though, whether the U.S. will strike or not.
Looking ahead, this Sunday, the TSA's Real ID enforcement goes into effect. Without a Real ID, travelers may have to pay $45 to use the TSA Confirm ID option. That option provides a temporary ID for 10 days. If you don't have a Real ID yet, you can apply still at the DMV. You can also use a passport or other DHS-approved trusted traveler ID.
With these winter temps sticking around, News 3 Now is asking for your help to help the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund during our week of warmth.
Out of every dollar that is donated, 95 cents will go to those in crisis to help them keep safe and warm. It all leads up to our telethon this Friday, so if you would like to donate, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. But we also do have this link on our website, channel3000.com. In this week's Time for Kids, a recipe for health, we have a tip to power through the winter season. It might be cold and dreary outside, but growing bodies need plenty of exercise to stay healthy. Joining me now is nutrition coach Zasha Billingsley with 3 exercises you can do as a family to keep your body moving. Why is it so important to keep your bodies moving?
It's important because one, it's cold outside, like you said. It keeps the body warm. It's good for bone and muscle development in children, good for cognitive function, blood flow, all of that, and injury prevention. Push-ups, that's the most foundational exercise you can do. Helps with the arm strength, core, just teaches discipline and, grit in that aspect.
Okay.
Of course, you want to make sure that your arms are a little bit more than shoulder width apart, lined up with the chest. Up and down. So you can get down on a knee. Make sure the top is straight. Or you can get on the wall, a table, anything that you can just push up and down off of. Second one is squat press. That gets the legs moving. Of course, it's just easy, simple. Push out, up, push out, up. Last one is to keep it fun for the kids. We got a crab walk or a bear crawl. This one is good for cardio, triceps, wrists, shoulders, everything. Walk around. You can walk around the house like this. If you want to really challenge it, lift the hips up and keep that like that. Walk backwards. The bear crawl which is the other variation where you just step forward, keep a tabletop position. I always like to end it with a challenge as well to make it fun. You can do a balance challenge with the kids, you know, leg up, leg out, leg back, see who can hold it the longest, see who can hold the longest wall sit, see who can hold the longest plank. Just kind of keep track of it that way and then have fun as a family.
Plenty of ways to do this. You can do this in between commercial breaks while you're at home, or just if you're stuck inside. Just gives you a little something, a little fun competition for the family.
It is so hard to stay active when it gets this cold, and I like this. You don't need any stuff. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. And you can actually give your body decent workouts.
Yeah, it's fun for adults and the children.
All right, slightly warmer out there this morning. Some warmer temps on the way. Savannah Brito is here with 3 things to know. Good morning.
Good morning. We did have a couple of flurries that led to slick spots. We're pretty much done with that. Partly sunny skies expected later in the day. We've still got a few more nights where we're going to fall below 0 the next 3 nights, but then we're finally going to track a little bit of a warm up. Yeah, we've got the double digits today and tomorrow, but then as we push towards the weekend, that's when even warmer of temperatures return and we'll actually be finally close to what's normal. Find out how long that could stick around for us.
Sounds good. Coming up in the 608, it's Winter Restaurant Week. We're checking out a new option that you got on the menu in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 today, it is Winter Restaurant Week, and we're supporting local businesses.
Josh Ryder is live in Madison with a new participant this time around. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. This year we have 42 participants taking part in Winter Restaurant Week, and we wanted to check out what's new this time around. We're at a Tico Lounge. This is on top of the Moxie Hotel. We're 8 floors up here this morning, giving you a look at some of the vibes here. We have Ben and Alan joining us live. Guys, thanks so much for having us in.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. This is a big week for you guys. Tell us a little bit about a Tico Lounge.
A Tico Lounge. Unique cuisine. Top floor of the Moxie Hotel, views of Madison, loungy feel, great cocktails, great menu.
Yeah, feeling the vibes this morning. We're starting to see a little bit of the sunrise behind us. I have to imagine that's got to be a big play for you guys with location.
Oh yeah, being rooftop and having the views and having the garage doors that open up and the patio, it was a huge draw for us.
Yeah, you know, we almost went outside. It's 10 degrees this morning. We're warming up.
I mean, I almost wore shorts today.
You love being here in Wisconsin, and that's really what it's all about, is you guys are trying to get some new folks in here. What's the menu like here at a Tico Lounge?
Hey, we're trying to get you from all over the world. We have Central and South American cuisine. But we do have pasta. We do have some French influences in our sauces. We might bring some Indian, Romanian, Italian foods, and just great bites. Small bites, big plates. Great wines, great tequila selection, everything you want.
I love that, and it kind of makes you guys unique, especially in the Madison area. We're so lucky to have so many restaurants that kind of think outside of the box, and it sounds like that's what your guys' goal really was here too.
It really is. We started with a base of South Central American, North American, but we really do bring in flavors from around the world, and we're realizing now we have the opportunity to do that even more. We'll just mess around in the kitchen a little bit, and something tastes good, sounds good, we're going to put on the menu.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. So Winter Restaurant Week, this is a big week for you guys, and I understand it's already been pretty busy for you too, which is great.
Yeah, it started yesterday for us. We had a great day, great night last night. We're hoping to see you today, tomorrow, and until Friday, and why not, like in the next year. And so we're young. We're 1 year old almost. So hey, come on. We have a great bar. Look at this.
I know.
Yeah,
it's incredible. And it's these windows too. It's just everything. You guys are kind of the whole picture, and it sounds like that was really a mission behind this.
Yeah, it really is. Give us an opportunity to explore everything that we like to do in cuisine, in entertaining, and giving a whole experience. It isn't just about the food or about the cocktails, it's the whole experience. I mean, there are some nights where we have DJs going on, we'll get some bands going on, just a really good opportunity to get out.
Awesome. Well, Ben, Alan, thank you guys so much for having me in here this morning. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about Atiko Lounge, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. They open at 4, and they're open for Restaurant Week all this week. And, of course, you can come in anytime and support them as well.
Well, looks like a fancy space.
Yes, and they have a good menu, so be sure to take a look at that on our website right now.
Make sure you're sporting local this week.
Yes.
Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking for stuff to inspire you folks at home in the 608. Have an idea? He'd love to hear from you.
So I know I've gotten to check out a few of those restaurants this week. Savannah, you too?
Yeah, I did check out a few, have plans on checking out a couple of more. Definitely support local. There's plenty of really, really good options. It was really cold though. We started this stretch below zero in Madison Thursday night at 10:53 p.m. We finally recovered and got out of that at 10:53 a.m. Saturday morning. 60 hours below zero. Our longest stretch in Madison, 101 hours, so at least we weren't that long, but it was almost 3 days, more than 2 days spent below zero, about 2.5 in Madison. Here's a positive note this morning. Yes, finally have the double digits and spring a little bit closer. 33 days from meteorological spring on March 1st and 52 days away from the equinox on March 20th. We had the double digits, but still seeing temperatures fall out there. We've been holding at 9 for about an hour in Madison, 10 though in Janesville, 8 in Lone Rock, and 6 in Camp Douglas. But a lot colder when you factor in the wind chill. I do not like when my dress matches this map, just to paint in how cold it is outside this morning. -6 with the wind chill. So no, we're not -40 to -45. That was that hot pink color, but still really cold out there. Our winds are out of the northwest. We will have a little bit of sunshine. The flurries that we had pretty much done at this point in time, but did make for some slick spots out there. So just be mindful of that, especially across southern Dane County and then Greene County to our south. Temperatures fall below zero again tonight. That's expected the next 3 nights before we finally see those overnight lows continue to recover further. So some sunshine expected later today and then again tomorrow before some thicker clouds move in. Your next best chance of snow returning this upcoming weekend on Sunday. We're going to stay breezy through then though, with winds gusting upwards of about 25 to as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour through the late morning and into the afternoon before they come down a bit this evening into tonight, but then we'll watch them rebound back up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. So relatively speaking, wind's going to continue to be a factor going forward. We finally have a little bit of pink that makes its way northwest of Madison. So all this area basically across the Pacific Northwest, California, and west of Madison, that's above average temperatures. So for southern Wisconsin, we hold in that gray area, but even that is expected to be near normal temperatures, which does happen about mid to late week next week heading into next weekend, but even a little bit of relief heading into this upcoming weekend with a high of 20 Saturday and 22 on Sunday. So much better looking 10-day forecast.
Yeah, so it looks like the 20s is the silver lining here.
I know,
the start of it at least.
It's going to feel great.
Yeah.
Much better than what we had last week.
Bust out the shorts.
Yeah, don't
Well,
do that.
actually, I don't.
No? Too soon?
No, I actually did see some people in shorts the past few days.
Blaze wore shorts on Sunday to work, I think.
I just never have any words. You know what? If that's you, do you. Do
I
you.
still got
That's
the
just
coat
not
on,
me.
though.
Yeah. I'll say, yeah, I will be warm.
Yeah.
So you can do what you do, and I do what I do.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Let's take a look on the roads this morning. Everything is pretty much in the green, so smooth sailing on your morning commute.
Coming up in the morning sprint, state health officials are warning of a case of measles. We'll tell you where they found it.
And if you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, you know what to do. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. Back with the sprint next. .653, time for the morning sprint.
Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino is expected to leave his post in Minneapolis and be reassigned. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says President Trump told him during a phone call that he would consider reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota. The move comes amid backlash over ICE agents shooting and killing U.S. citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
Janesville City Council considering a petition right now to give citizens a bigger voice in a potential data center development. It stems from a petition delivered by members of No Janesville Data Center asking the city to go to referendum for any development over $450 million at the former GM site. A public hearing will be in 2 weeks at the next city council meeting.
News 3 Now is asking for your help supporting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund during the week of warmth. 95 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to helping those in crisis stay safe and warm. It all leads up to our telethon this Friday. To donate, scan the QR code on your screen right now or visit channel3000.com.
The state confirming the first case of measles this year in Waukesha County. Officials say the case is related to international travel. DHS and Waukesha County Health and Human Services are working right now to identify and notify people who may have been exposed. No public exposure locations have been identified at this time.
Madison police arrested 2 people in connection with a deadly weekend shooting on the city's south side. A 67-year-old man was booked into the Dane County Jail on a charge of first-degree intentional homicide. A 44-year-old woman faces a charge of possession of a firearm by a felon. Police say the shooter and victim knew each other.
Much of the nation continues to dig out after Sunday's massive snowstorm. The storm dumped snow and ice on multiple states, from Arkansas to Maine. The storm contributed to thousands of flight delays or cancellations and caused widespread power outages. Officials in northern Mississippi and parts of Tennessee warn it could take days for power to be restored to everybody.
2 people were injured after a home explosion in Richland County. The home in the village of Gotham was completely destroyed in the Saturday blast. First responders found a man and woman sheltering in a car nearby. They were taken to Richland Hospital before being flown to University Hospital in Madison. Authorities say foul play is not suspected.
We're still going to see temperatures, at least during the night, the next 3 nights, fall below 0, but then we get much better heading into the weekend. 20 on Saturday with some sunshine, next chance of snow on Sunday, and then we warm further back closer to where we should be mid to late week next week. And I even think heading into next weekend will be even a little bit warmer, closer to about 30. So there we go, a lot better.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Things on the up and up.
Yeah, and at least it's a little warmer this week for restaurant week. Not great, but better than last week.
Yes, get out there and support local.
Yes.
Savannah, thank you.
CBS Mornings is next.
Next newscast coming up at 9 a.m.
Have a great Tuesday.